was not worth it. Not doing that again. Alright, kind of cool. Still wouldn't do it again. Anyway, moving on to the video today. We got the, there was thermal paste on there. Okay, so something interesting today. Not exactly what you think. We're not water cooling something today. We do have some projects in the works. But we're going to be cleaning this up today and parting ways with it. Now, if you're watching this and you have asked me in the past about one of these water blocks, this is my only one. The other one was in the 360, sold to Jacob R. And main reason why I'm okay parting with it now, one, at like 2 a.m., I got a message from someone I had talked to probably a year ago on eBay about trying to get some ghost case shells from him a while back. Well, apparently he all of a sudden has to have this water block, and he has offered a pretty good deal, including some brand new fat ghost case shells, and we'll get into that exactly in a bit. But the only reason that, the one thing that really changed my mind was, I'm like, you know what, if I contact Mr. Jacob R. and he said, yeah, there's no way I'm ever giving this back to you, then I don't know if I could part with this one. But we do kind of have a deal that it would be open for trades in the future to get that other one back. And because of that, we're going to go ahead and clean this up and get some very cool parts that we're going to be able to use on some builds coming up. So let's start taking this apart. There's really only 3 parts to this, not including the mounting hardware. We just have the acrylic top piece, the copper bottom piece, and then the rubber gasket that goes around the inside. So this is just solid copper. You can use like vinegar, soak it in vinegar, or I guess ketchup if you want to spice things up. And just soak it in there and it'll actually clean up the copper pretty well. And then kind of scrub it a little bit. I'm going to clean out the inside of this. I know I did this not too long ago to this one. There's just kind of old thermal paste stuck on the bottom there. And a cat stuck in a room somewhere I can hear screaming. So anyway, there's just 8 screws. Go through the acrylic part down, not acrylic, acetal, is that the word I'm looking for? Let's see the rubber gasket around there, still looks really nice. We'll pop it out, make sure it's still good, still rubbery. Yeah, a little bit of staining. This was from, I'm pretty sure, the very first time I ever used this block. But you can see it is pretty clean on the inside. But there's a little bit of just kind of a pink hue to it from, I think, one of the colored fluids at one point. And then the only other thing on this one is there is a tiny spot of glue residue there, and that's where I had a temperature probe attached to the bottom. So it does not affect where it sits on the chips. That's just kind of floating above the motherboard there in the middle. But anyway, we'll go ahead and soak this, clean up the inside of this. You can still see a little bit of kind of pink in there. And then I do need to find the original mounting screws, or at least ones just like it. I'm pretty sure they're M4, maybe a little smaller, but they do have to be a very specific height because it could bottom out inside here without it actually, you know, being clamped to the motherboard. However, I do think there's a way you can probably either drill these out to a slightly bigger size to use original mounting screws, and then you can probably just use the X-clamps, which would be pretty cool. However, you would have to account for this bit of a difference in thickness. So this would have to be, you know, basically right here, I guess. Maybe you could find some kind of adapter. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe we can try that on our slim water block sometime. I'm not going to drill holes into this right now. But yeah, let's go ahead and clean this up. Okay, just as I thought, didn't clean up too much more with just vinegar. But I know he said he's gonna polish it up himself anyway. It sounds like he had some cool plans for it with like hardline tubing and ghost shell and all that stuff. Personal system, don't ask me to ask for other shells or anything. It sounds like he got rid of the rest of them other than the ones we're trading for. But yeah, the rubber gasket as well, I know is a really tight fit in there, and it still feels pretty much brand new, so we're just going to leave that in there. But I will leave it assembled to ship. So we're just going to set this back on here, put the screws on. The copper fittings aren't perfect. These are the original ones. They're pretty beat up. I'm going to include some other fittings as well. But I do need to find the mounting screws. So let me grab those real quick, put this together, and then we'll talk about the trade. He sent me kind of a list of things. He's like, I got this, I can trade for it, I need that water block. And so I kind of was looking through. One of the things was a liquid metal ghost case, which I guess would kind of be like the smoke clear. However, it's like I don't know how to describe it. It's like a silvery, kind of like when I paint something with the like frosted look to it. It's kind of see-through, but kind of silvery, chrome-ish looking. So that's one. Two in the list was a ocean blue, clear blue shell. I've always wanted one of those, never actually had one for myself. Could definitely use that in some, got some ideas already. Now the liquid metal, I think I actually want to use that shell on the prime build. So now this isn't set completely in stone yet. We haven't like shaken hands on the deal yet, but so far this is what we have locked in. And then actually another smoke clear shell, which is a used one, just the side panels. The faceplate that came with the smoke clear ones was just the regular clear faceplate. That's the one, as I said many times, is on the eyeball water cooled one that Jacob in the Jacob R video. So yeah, and anyway, there might be a couple fans thrown in there. I know I have the microcontroller fan. I've got this one here, and I've complained the lot of fans I got with this one. Everything was just kind of spliced and hacked up, so hopefully throw in another one of these can kind of help me rewire this one and just have a second one of these. Really want to try that out. That'd be cool in the clear blue shell. And a couple other little things that I'm also just paying for on top of as he's getting rid of some stuff. But yeah, so that's the deal. Like I said, I still have some water-cooled stuff. We still have the water blocks that are in this one. I can get those readily, no problem. So I'm not really worried about it. We could still do more digital builds like this one, which I plan to. And we still have the, like I said, if this deal goes through, we've got 3 cool new ghost shells to keep making some cool builds with. So really cool. And then, like I said, we still got this clear slim here, which I am okay with parting with, and I still want to get one of the new age ghost shells that a company has released recently. So definitely got some more stuff on the way. Home builds, they should be back to me as of right now filming this tomorrow. The Hawk and Prime builds arrived to get chipped a few days ago, so those should be ready pretty soon. I have tossed around the idea of enhancing our giveaway, because we are actually closing on 2,000 subscribers, so it's pretty much going to line up with that. I will have all the listings up first, and then I'll kind of advertise maybe, I don't know, on the listings or just on the video, doing the giveaway probably the week that that the auctions are live for those 3 builds. But I have tossed around the idea of making this the grand prize. And then we'll have, you know, some second prizes. We'll give away another chrome faceplate, maybe the controller, which I still have not worked on yet, but we're going to do that after this video. I'm going to work on the rapid fire shell XCM shell. So if that works out, maybe we can have that second prize or something like that. But let me know what you guys think if you're interested. This is not a modded console, but it has the clear red over here, chrome on the back, chrome on the bottom. Would include the controllers and probably some games as well. Lastly, if you do not care about Lego stuff, you don't need to keep watching, but I do plan on having some Lego-related content. It will not be taking over the channel or anything like that. I'll have its own little playlist, but I am working on a few projects. I honestly don't know what it is yet, kind of a Cadillac Chrysler situation. Kind of the first time I built like a big car that size. And I'm also got some dioramas I'll be working on. I just like the idea of, for example, where I have some of the sets on display, having like an actual diorama to go along with the set there. Like I kind of want to put base plates down and put like maybe a beach area on here. And I am by no means an expert on Lego stuff at all. This is the first thing I have built in a very long time, so I'm sure I've tried building large-scale cars in the past, but I've never completed it. Got some sounds in the trunk. Yeah, anyway, it rolls, steers, plan on having kind of full interior and everything like that. So if you're interested in that, I'll have something on that eventually. Probably take me a long time, but anyway. And I kind of took all of the parts off of this Camaro back here, and I found a bin full of like vines and stuff. So we're going to put that one underwater and make a little diorama or something like that. I think kind of the ultimate diorama would be to actually have base plates, and this fits perfect 4 of the big 48 by 48 base plates underneath there, and I don't know, just build, maybe even do the walls and everything and make it look like it's docked in like the Death Star or something like that. I've always wanted to do that. And one day we'll plan on just kind of maybe showing my collection at some point. Like I said, that's not going to take over the channel. This has just now become my side hobby, as this kind of was when I was working a full-time job. This is now kind of our full-time thing. And now this is kind of just my side hobby. So, like I said, there won't be a lot of stuff on that. But anyway, like I said, recap, Chrome builds will be back and listed within at least a couple days of watching this video, or when this video is posted. And I want to have those back and listed before I go ahead and send this one out for review. I know this one will be a pretty big deal, at least for him. He loves the water-cooled stuff. And once that's out, I can't say that I will plan to list it immediately when it's back. I'm hoping once it's sent out, I will hear back about the Sonos speaker RGH build that had the flash drive and all that stuff. If we can get that one figured out and we get this other deal to go through, I'll probably put the clear blue shell on the Yoda one, and it'll kind of be like a Obi-Wan, R2-D2, not this one here, but it'll be a fat with all that stuff, and I'll finally have a light side and dark side to list at the same time, which was the whole plan. If not, I'm hoping while that's gone, we can kind of figure something out with this. Although, if we keep this shell, I do want to do RGH, water cool, also RGH. Now, this one doesn't have a flash drive or anything, so I don't know, maybe if we can take the DVD drive out and do an all digital with this, that would be a huge difference with being able to fit stuff inside without having to cut anything on there. Plus, we already have the mounting holes for the radiator there. Now, let's talk about this for a second. I do have plans, have parts. Some of these are going to be, this one's pretty heavy, but if we can get rid of the DVD drive, we should be able to find a pump easily to fit inside there, amongst other things. And this is another kind of a rare part. It's not in perfect condition, but this is an XSPC passive reservoir. The lid's kind of ugly there. Could probably buff that or something. But yeah, this is a aluminum passive reservoir. So It's meant to be a reservoir, but because of the fins here, you could also have passive air cooling it off even further. Something like that on top, I think, just kind of matches the vibe of the clear and the white and the blue. And as far as a radiator, we do have a slim white one. I think that would be best, white and blue. But I do also have the UV blue one as well, which I think matches pretty much just the same. But I kind of like the idea of having the white one there. So this is the next water-cooled project we'll probably be working on. To be honest, I'm also working on just a quick little video introducing all of our cats. And yeah, just wanted to share that there might be some other unrelated Xbox content on here. I do not plan on posting less Xbox stuff, but there just may be additional videos of other things. So if you're interested, cool. If not, I won't alert subscribers of the non-Xbox related stuff if that's not why you're subscribed. Now, one last thing on the Lego subject, relating it to the Xbox stuff. I think the ultimate thing would be to be able to combine these. I've always wanted to do that. I have sometimes used random Lego parts and builds to hold certain things together or whatever in the past, but I think it'd be very cool. I don't know about it being upright and horizontal, but to maybe get a base plate that goes around something like this, just the internal of an Xbox with the metal shell and the DVD drive, and literally just building, either trying to make it look as much like an Xbox as possible or just building kind of a custom case for it out of Lego, you know, gluing like a plate on the disk drive plate and making my own bezel that still matches and everything. I don't know. I don't want to get ahead of myself. I got a lot of stuff already in the works, but that would be something down the road that would be awesome to actually combine those two things. Pretty much it for today. Just wanted to update. I know when I start getting more people asking, are you ever going to list those consoles? Yes, they will be up. Like I said, I know I'm trying to get a little bit ahead with systems and videos so that once it's up, the listing will be up not long after. But yeah, anyway, let me get these screws for this. Make sure these are the right ones. I'm pretty sure these shorter ones are the actual ones because they're also not Phillips hexagonal. And get this ready to ship out and hopefully get this deal going so we get a lot more cool projects in the future. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. In the next video, see you will.